mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth shall set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
They gotta stop, like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise y'all for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy, mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth shall set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. King that we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
kingdom.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya,
Hey.
praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. King that we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think
Yahweh,
of your
our
mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop.
If you don't have nothing,
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube, welcome to our prophecy class. Today we're in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions?
I don't remember my question from yesterday. My mind ain't, so I'm about to start asking in Sabbath class. I forgot it.
oh, Joe Biden.
Now, with Ezekiel, let me preface this by saying Ezekiel is a prophet, but he's prophesying to the children of the captivity that are in Babylon. Ezekiel is also in Babylon. And for chapter 1 all the way up to about chapter 33, it's always looking in hindsight, and that Ezekiel is talking to the children of Israel, the Judah, while they are in captivity, going back over the history. And so I'm going to be selecting certain chapters to read, just to show you how this thing all got started, the vision that he had. So what we're going to do is pick this up in Ezekiel chapter 1.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chebar, that the heavens were open, and I saw the visions of Elohim.
He said he was among the captives, right? So he was in the Babylonian captivity himself, but Yahweh still showing him visions of his glory. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 1.
Read verse 1 again.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiachin's captivity, the word of Yahweh came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar, and the hand of Yahweh was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire.
Now these are the visions of Ezekiel. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but in chapter 1, verse 1 to verse 3, he's talking in the third person. But in verse 4, he's talking in the first person. So you notice like he's kind of in and out. He's talking about himself, but he's telling you what is happening at that time with him. All right. But then all of the prophets, they wrote like this, as if they were the third person, and then they'll switch up to first person. That's just how the prophecy came to them from Yahweh. He just let them know that they weren't coming from him. It was coming from Yahweh. So, go ahead, Brother Sam.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. And every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides. And they 4 had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went.
So now we have a second entity on the scene. There's a spirit with these cherubim. That's what they're going to be called anyway. The cherubims, and there's a spirit with them. Yes, sir.
In verse 7, when it says the color of burnished brass, is that saying they the same color as the Messiah?
It says, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Well, this is the Hebrew word they use. In the Mashiach, that's the Greek version of what burnished brass is. So they don't have the same meaning. In this particular case, it just meant polished. Yeah, it's burnt like we got in Revelation. Go ahead, Brother Sam.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a burial, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Now we have a third entity on the scene. First you got the cherubims, then you got the spirit, now you got the wheel in the middle of a wheel. All right, go ahead, Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 17. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them, and when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. When those went, these went, and when those stood, these stood, and when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above.
Now, we have another vision coming on the scene. It's a firmament above these creatures. Right? Now, keep in mind what they're looking like. We're looking at the cherubims. You got the wheel in the middle of the wheel, and they're going back and forth. They're really moving like lightning. Right? And there's a spirit moving them. Now we got a firmament on top of them. All right? Yes, sir.
Would this terrible crystal have a color to it?
Do they have a what now?
Would this terrible crystal,
Crystal?
have a color to it?
It's the closest you can get is frost or ice. That's about the best you can get. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Sapp.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 23. And under the firmament were their wings straight, the one toward the other. Every one had two which covered on this side, and every one had two which covered on that side their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings.
Mm-hmm.
And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it.
Now we got above the firmament, you got a throne. And you got someone sitting on the throne. And his color is sapphire, and sapphire is blue. So this is a strange looking vision. But he said it's a man sitting on that throne. All right, go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 27.
Hold on, Steve.
Close the door. There you go.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 27. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward, I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of Yahweh. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake.
Now, this vision here, it's not Yahweh, it's the glory of Yahweh.
Right.
So you got to make that differentiation. Again, we got the scenario of the cherubims, the spirit with the cherubims, and then you have the wheel in the middle of a wheel, and all of them working in concert with one another. Then the vision changes to a firmament on top of all of that. And with that firmament, above that firmament, you have a throne and a man sitting on the throne. And this winds up being the glory of Yahweh. Now, look at it again and see how much it resembles the Ark of the Covenant. The mercy seat is, and the two cherubims looking at each other. This may be an exaggerated vision of the Ark of the Covenant. Instead of having two cherubims, you got four, and so forth and so on. But it's called the glory of Elohim, right? Now go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me.
Mm.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Mm-hmm.
For they are impotent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them.
That's showing us the reason that they are in Babylon is because they were rebellious. So Yahweh took them out of the land and brought them into Babylon and stayed there for 70 years. And during that 70 years, some of the people may have forgotten, why are they there? And why are they being mistreated? Because the Babylonians did not treat them well at all. And so Yahweh is sending Ezekiel into among the captives to explain to them, yeah, y'all been a rebellious people. Now you got Daniel's there also in captivity, but they're not there at the same time. Daniel worked in what we would call the White House. He worked with the king, him and them 3 Hebrew boys. But Ezekiel was a priest among the people. And Yahweh made him a prophet to go tell them that you have been a rebellious house, that's why you are here in another man's land. Right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 6. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions.
Mm-hmm.
Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
We dealing with the same thing today. So we got the same scenario that was back in 595 BC to 2025 AD, and we try to tell black people who they are and what their responsibility is and what they're supposed to be doing. That's not we Christians. The law been nailed to the cross. We don't have to do nothing God say. The same folks. The same folks.
First of Mark.
Don't they take Sunday?
You gotta tell Walter, make that noise. Put all the cell phones on.
So they're gonna change the area code now. They come from all over the place.
Yeah, but yeah, you made a good point, brother. If we got lost really a lot of our doctrine of self in Babylon, well, we've been really messed up. And we talking about 400 years here.
Yeah.
Over 400 years.
Yeah.
400 years was up in what, 2019, right? So that's another 6 years of stupidity.
Yeah. But at least here, they knew they were doing wrong. They knew who they were, and Yahweh had sent the prophets to them, so they're going to hearken to the prophets. They recognize the prophet when they see him, but they're still not going to do what they tell them to do.
Right.
Well, we're not prophets.
Nah.
All we do is read what the prophets say. But of all the people that listen to us, white people listen to us more.
Oh, yeah.
Black people don't listen to us at all. They talk about, they say, y'all in a cult. Right? Just because y'all are giving us the spirit to understand what is written and to keep these commandments, they say something wrong with y'all. So, in other words, what they're saying is that we understand that the laws come from heaven. And so we are keeping those things that come from heaven, and yet black Christians want to go to heaven. Right? But what can be more valuable than something from heaven? You see what I'm saying? So we got the experiences of our fathers written about and their encounters with righteousness and those things that are of the spirit, and they were still rebellious. So it didn't matter that they knew themselves or not. So with black people, maybe they're slowly coming around. Because I've been noticing on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, there's some brothers that sound like they've been in that truth. They got in that truth. They're not like us, in that we've been a little bit longer, but you can tell the blind folks are coming off their faces. And what they're doing is looking at the Bible like we read the Bible. Right? So they say, well, how can y'all celebrate Thanksgiving? How can y'all celebrate Christmas? Right? So the same, their mind is starting to line up with ours. So I don't have any objection to that. It's just the name that they choose out of the Sefer Bible. Yeah, that I scroll past them. Because they're really not going to say anything different than I'm saying. They're just using the wrong name. So what they're saying won't surprise me. But the whole thing about that is what Ezekiel has to deal with is what we have to deal with, even in our own families. Right? So, the difference between Ezekiel and Daniel is that Ezekiel was married, Daniel wasn't. Go ahead, Brother Stephanie.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Mm-hmm. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee receive in thine heart, and hear with thine ears. And go, get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahweh from his place. Mm-hmm. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touch one another, and the noise of the wheels over against them, and a noise of a great rushing. So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness in the heat of my spirit. Mm-hmm. But the hand of Yahweh was strong upon me. Mm. Then I came to them of the captivity at Tel Aviv, that dwelt by the river of Chebar, and I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them 7 days. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Mm-hmm. Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Mm-hmm. Again, when a righteous man does turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Because thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he has done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he does not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also thou hast delivered thy soul.
So what we have here also is our responsibility. It's not for no reason Yahweh waking us up. We have to do the same thing with Yahweh should be here in America. We got to let them know that there's a judgment coming. And the thing that they get off into, Yahweh's going to judge.
Would Ezekiel be considered a little rebellious? Because, you know, in verse 14, it seems like he was very mad.
Who?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel?
Like in verse 14, it seems
In verse
like he was
13?
mad. 14.
14?
He was mad. He really didn't want to do it. He was like real bad.
Why you say he's young?
I said mad.
Married.
Mad.
Mad.
M-A-D. Mad.
Mad. Yeah, he's angry.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so that we consider he was a little rebellious himself?
No, well, we're the same way, aren't we?
Yeah. Right.
We're angry at the way black people carry themselves.
So he was more. So in this, he's mad at black. He's mad at the children of Israel, not mad at Yahweh.
No.
Okay. Like he didn't want to go.
No, well, look what he just did. He just ate something that agreed with him, but what he was looking at was making him angry.
Okay.
What his people were doing. So, it's, like I said, it's the same thing today.
I got you.
We see what black people are off into. They don't have to be that way. But like I said yesterday, they know they're being wicked. They know they're being evil, the thing that they get off into. And we try to let them know, yeah, you need to stop doing that. We let them know every Shabbat, what you're doing is wrong. But they don't pull us up and they don't come out to see us. They don't do nothing. Because they're too busy having a good time being Americans. Because in America, you have the freedom to do anything you want and say anything you want, and you won't suffer any repercussions. But nevertheless, you can't do that with Yahweh. You can't do what you want to do or say what you want to say with Yahweh. You got to be careful of everything come out of your mouth, because you're going to be judged by everything that come out of your mouth. Right? So this is what Ezekiel been given the task to do, is to warn the people that are in the Babylonian captivity that this is why you're here. It's because you are rebellious people. Same thing here in America. You see how rebellious black people are? Black people are very rebellious. Did I spill something?
No, I did.
That stuff I did. I'm sure these cords dry. That should be good.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I had to help. I had to help my elder. He spilled some water.
Yeah.
You finished? Yeah, again, that's one of the reasons Yahweh waking you up so early, is to let you know, to let your family know, that everybody, your people know that judgment is coming. And the thing that black people have gotten off into, they breaking all of Yahweh's laws. And they don't know that they're Yahweh's people. Just like we didn't know. But for some reason, Yahweh called us up and said, look, you my people, read this book. And you see, you're here in America for a reason. Same reason our fathers in Babylon, same reason we over here. Because our fathers were rebellious. They wouldn't even accept the Mashiach. They had him crucified. So I guess that was the last straw. Because we're no longer there after that, what, about 39 years later? Mm-hmm. The Roman Empire came and destroyed the city of Jerusalem, the temple, and here we are, nearly 2,000 years later, just not seeing why we're here. So we know what Yahweh expects out of us now. We've been deceived because Yahweh allowed us to be deceived. It's no way you're going to stay in a land for 400 years and still know who you are. No, you're going to leave before that 400 years is up. So Yahweh had to take that memory away from us. Let us think that our only God is the white man God. That's what's been keeping us here, and that's the problem with black people today. They want to worship the white man God because you don't have to do nothing to earn his love. He's going to love you anyway. So here we see it's a totally different story when you actually read the Bible, that we're the chosen people. And we've been given a set of laws and commandments that we must keep if we want to please Yahweh. And that's what pleases Yahweh. If you want to please your God, keep his commandments, keep his law, obey him, right? And that's something black people find hard to do, to be obedient. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 22. And the hand of Yahweh was there upon me, and he said unto me, Arise, go forth into the plain, and I will there talk with thee. Then I arose and went forth into the plain, and behold, the glory of Yahweh, the glory of Yahweh stood there as the glory which I saw by the river of Chebar, and I fell on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, Go, shut thyself within thine house.
Mm-hmm.
But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, He that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Thou also, son of man, take thee a towel, and lay it before thee, and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem, and lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it, and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it, and let it be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. Lie thou also upon thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity.
Mm-hmm.
For I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of the days, 390 days, so shall thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel.
So we're looking at 390 years of how long they've been wicked against Yahweh. So the days represent years. 390 days so shall thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. Go ahead, Brother Sanders.
Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 6. And when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Yehuda 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year.
So again, we're looking at 40 years. So we're looking at a timeline here. And verse 5, it's gonna reference 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 41. And verse 6 is gonna reference 2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 1. And that's how the timeline flows from the historical books in 1st and 2nd Kings. If you notice, I don't know if you have a study Bible or not, but in my Bible, at the time that he prophesied this, it was 595 BC. Do you have that?
No, I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
First Kings, you said,
In verse 5, that references 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 41.
And verse 6 is second.
And verse 6 references 2 Kings chapter 23 and verse 1.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 7. Therefore thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege.
Mm-hmm.
Take thou also unto thee wheat, and barley, and beans, and lentils, and millet, and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shall thou eat thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure the sixth part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Then said I, Adonai Elohim, behold, my soul have not been polluted, for from my youth up even to now have I not eaten of that which died of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith.
Now, he's a priest, right? So he knows what defiles a man. And Yahweh just told him, I want you to defile yourself. I want you to eat man dung. And that was the last straw for Ezekiel. So hold on, wait a minute. I'm a priest. I don't eat stuff like that. Right? So he changed up, said, now we'll eat cow dung then. That's better. At least it turned back to grass when it dried. But nevertheless, you see what Yahweh's prophets have to go through with Yahweh. And you look at, for instance, Isaiah. Isaiah had to walk around 3.5 years butt naked. That's a sign to the children of Israel. Yeah.
They would be considered mental health nowadays, though, wouldn't they?
Yeah. That's it's normal now. Stuff like that. So police don't even pay them no attention. Yeah, you walk around down the street butt naked. I mean, then in the summertime, they just well be butt naked. These sisters out here, yeah, they don't leave nothing to the imagination. Brother Stephen, I don't want to go through chapter 5.
Yeah, and I got a.
Did you finish that up?
Yeah, I got one of
Okay.
your commentaries, and it's very, very descriptive. And it said, because I know you said it several times. It said Ezekiel 4, chapter 13, saying Yahweh said, even thus the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles where I drive them. And yeah, like today you're saying we go to McDonald's, Church's Chicken, eating GMO food, no seeds in them.
Yeah.
That put us right there on.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
So they had to go through the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're a rebellious house, and Yahweh showing them this is what you're gonna be doing in your exile. When you're not out of the land, you're gonna be eating this kind of food in other people's land, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and that's why, and you always said, black people, some of the biggest people in the world, because we eat all that junk.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, little girls developing at 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah.
That wasn't so when we would come along.
No.
No, where's all this coming from?
It's got to be in the food chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these children are huge, and they grow up to be huge people. The CDC said black people are the biggest people in the world. And yeah, we can see it ourselves.
And Robert Kennedy wanted to take care of, but they jumping on him.
Yeah.
He's saying them vaccines, all that mess is causing problems with people.
Yeah, I know.
And they giving him hell.
I know. Well, that's their job. That's Democratic Party job, and black people love Democrats.
Yeah.
So whatever Democrats say, black people say it too. So Democrats say hate Trump, black people gonna hate it. And black people say, white people say love Hitler, while black people love Hitler.
But the odd thing about it, back in the day, my parents told me, and I know all y'all heard it, when we used to go to the doctors told us that pork and stuff, we wasn't supposed to eat that stuff.
That was now?
The doctor told us we wasn't supposed to be eating pork and stuff.
Right.
We didn't pay them no attention.
I know. They're gonna eat that pork, bro. Pig ears, pigtails, gonna eat it.
Doctor still tell them not to do it.
What?
They still tell them?
Doctor still tell them not to do it.
They still sell pigtail, don't they?
Yeah, but doctor still tell them not to eat it.
That don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. My father, they had a slaughterhouse down in the country. And he always made sure he get a whole bunch of pork. And bring it up there, the doctor told him they got on high blood pressure medication. He still ate that pork. It's just a habit they can't stop eating. They don't want to stop eating.
Right, you're right.
Now I understand back in the day you might have been able to afford nothing but pork.
Right.
But now you got a variety of ways you can eat meat, and you got your income is stretched out, and retirement is stretched out, so that you can't afford to eat clean food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at least Yahweh preserved our fathers, even though they ate that pork, he still preserved them, because I know my grandfather had a smokehouse. He had ham hocks hanging from the roof. And he lived to be 80 years old. And so Yahweh protected my grandfather, even though he ate the wrong food. But then again, I think the pork back in his day wasn't the same pork that we have today. You know, I think they got a lot of chemicals. But
I was gonna say that, but it was gonna sound like an oxymoron. I was gonna say that pork was a little cleaner.
You're right.
But I didn't want to say
That's
that.
not right. The pork was a little cleaner.
I would say it wasn't as nasty.
Same
See,
thing.
but I was gonna say, but I just kept my mouth shut until you said it. Because
Then, Elder, your grandfather worked outside and sweated. They didn't have AC like they do now. Sit up in the house all day under AC, refuse to sweat, don't like to sweat.
Yeah.
My grandfather, they lived a long age too, but they was outside. They sweated. They sweated out their system. Their sister's son, and the sun burnt it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my
You sit
father
in the
was
house
hard.
all day with that AC eating pork chops. You finna blow up and die.
Yeah.
And then they raised that stuff themselves, and they fed them animals themselves. So even though pork wasn't good at the time, that was the way they raised it. And because I grew up, and I did eat until I turned 18, almost 18. I did a chemistry thing at school, and we had pork, and we had to put it in a pastry dish, and we had to do like
oh, look under the microscope.
yeah, look at it and see what's going on with it and write a report and stuff. When we came back the next day, I don't think that did it for me.
What'd you see?
Worms,
Worms?
yes.
Parasites.
Parasites, yes.
The Tricana worm. Now, I don't know if y'all seen this video or not. They got this woman on there with a slab of pork. It's poured Coca-Cola on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Coca-Cola, all them worms start coming out of that pork. So yeah, you don't want to eat that stuff.
You know what Jay say? Jay say, let's throw it in some vinegar. Let it sit in vinegar. It'll be all right.
But then we got the same thing here. You're gonna be eating the foul bread. That's what we've been doing here in America,
Right.
right? So again, this points the finger at us, at them, and at us, that we are indeed in the land of the Gentiles, eating the foul bread.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, man.
Or you said we were going somewhere.
Oh, you finished up 17?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to chapter 8.
Oh, you want me to read down 17?
Yeah, I thought you.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity.
Again, this has already happened. So he just reminded them, this is what y'all were doing to get brought over here as captives in Babylon. Let's pick this up at chapter 8, Brother Stephen. Again, this is not prophecy, but it's a reminder of the captivity, that this is why you're in Babylon now. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I sat in mine house, and the elders of Yehuda sat before me, that the hand of the Adonai Elohim fell there upon me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as of the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward fire, and from his loins even upward as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber.
Mm-hmm.
And he put forth the form of an hand, and took me by a lock of mine head, and the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heavens, and brought me in the visions of Elohim to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. And behold, the glory of the Elohim of Israel was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain.
So they brought them idols into Yahweh's house, as if Yahweh wouldn't see them doing it.
To-
Because it says here, and behold, the glory of the Elohim of Israel was there. According to the vision that I saw in the plain, he saw Yahweh sitting there, looking at them, worshiping an image, an idol. And that's what the image of jealousy is. It was an idol they had put into the temple. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 5. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now the way toward the north. So I lifted up mine eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary. But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in, and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Yaazaniah the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they say, Yahweh seeth us not, Yahweh has forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of Yahweh's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
Now, in this particular case, this Tammuz is not the same Tammuz as the son of Semiramis and Nimrod. This Tammuz was the god of vegetation, so they were weeping because it probably was the winter season. So it was normal for them to weep because there's nothing growing. All right, go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 15. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of Yahweh's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of Yahweh, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of Yahweh, and their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east.
He gave that over to the heathen. That's in the law. Yahweh said, Moshe told him that he's given all these things to worship the sun and the moon and stars and all the hosts of heaven. And for the heathen, the people that are not here, his, to worship. And our Father was doing the very thing that the heathen did. So you can understand why Yahweh is so upset with his people. So upset that he kicked them out of the land, so that at least the land itself could enjoy her Sabbaths. Because evidently they were overworking the land and wouldn't let the land rest. So he kicked them out of the land for 70 years just so the land could get some rest. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 17. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a like thing to the house of Yehudah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I also deal in fury. Mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in mine ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them.
Now let me ask you something. The black people in this generation, do you think they're capable of self-government?
What?
Self-government.
Zach said what?
No.
He just said what?
and I'm talking about in their own land, setting up their own government. Can black people do something like this?
They can't even govern their own household.
We see that in South Fulton. No.
They
Yeah.
can't govern themselves. They don't have no control.
No, they wouldn't last a day.
You little boys now, you walk by them and you throw up your hand, and I got to the point I don't say nothing to because they very angry.
Yeah.
It's like you've been saying, man, they come from a house, don't have no father.
Right.
They step out the door,
Yeah.
they ready to kill somebody or die.
Yeah. They
Every day.
step out the door packet,
Right.
expecting something to go down. They may have to use a gun. And that's why when you get a bunch of black people together, somebody gonna get shot. So we're gonna have to wait and see today what's gonna happen when Yahweh pull us out of here. We know who not to be around, because and don't have no fried chicken on you either. They know they ain't gonna see no more fried chicken for a long, long time. And here you come smelling like fried chicken. They be fighting over you, bro.
I can see that. I get a lot out of that, bro. When we go in the wilderness, a lot of people gonna be pissed off because these convenience gonna be taken away from them.
Yeah.
And you might be advised to stick around them folks.
You know what? I think the realization of that situation will come upon them before they even get to the wilderness. Because we got to get to the west coast of Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no fast food places all over in Africa.
Die.
And so we get off those boats and start on our journey. They're not used to Africa, and Africa's not used to them. And so them brothers, they arrogant, and proud, and walking around with the pants sagging. So them Africans don't walk around with the pants sagging. So they're gonna be up against a brand new people that they have never seen before, never been around before. And I always make this observation that whenever they come over here, they never chop it up or be around black people. They always stay among themselves. You never see an African and a brother walking together and talking together unless they're working with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, they don't socialize because they're not the same people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing we have to consider before we even get to the wilderness, the trip to the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, I estimate, 9.5 weeks walking to make it to what the boundaries of the wilderness is going to be, the wilderness of our fathers. I think it was going to take us about that long, just walking. And then you got a whole bunch of folk walking northward out of Africa into the land of Israel. So you're going to have some people falling by the wayside, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they ain't going to know how to behave themselves in somebody else's land. So you're going to have the sisters walking around there with the BBLs and lipstick and makeup all over the place. And you know it, Steve.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But they ain't gonna look very good after 9 weeks, though.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a few folk lose some weight. And that's a good thing. Go ahead, man. Let's see what's in now. Y'all always complaining about the children of Israel worshiping other gods. And what it's leading up to is the reason why the Babylonians came in to destroy the land and take the rest of them in captivity, especially when you look at verse 17. He says, Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Yehudah that they commit the abomination which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose. So that's a sign of rebellion, defiance. Like, yeah, we know we're doing wrong. What you gonna do about it? Yeah, go ahead, Brother Shepard.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side.
Mm-hmm.
And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Elohim of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go you after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have you pity, but slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Now, this is the same thing is going to happen again in the book of Revelation. In the end time scenario, there are going to be some people that have Yahweh's name in their forehead, and some people that are not going to have Yahweh's name in their forehead. Those that don't have his name, they're going to be destroyed when the Mashiach returns. So those people that are sealed with the Father's name, with Elohim's name, nothing's going to ever happen to them. As a matter of fact, remember it talks about the 144,000, right? We always said that the 144,000 may not know that they are the 144,000. Now, what makes me say that? Maybe they do know they're the 144,000, and they're just not saying nothing about it.
Well, how would they know?
I don't know.
Good question.
They came up to me and told me. That's like the same thing Gideon said about one of the Psalms.
Yeah.
Said that Yahweh's secret belong to the righteous, right? No. He said, "Where's the secret place?"
That's right.
Secret place in Psalm 91. Where's that secret place? Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret no more.
Right. That's what they ever told you.
So, but what we don't know, maybe somebody else already, maybe the 144,000 know who they are. They're just not telling you. So,
So we got 36 brothers over here, 36,000 brothers, might know who they are, know that they're part of the Okay.
Might be somebody sitting right here. It just ain't saying nothing. Just nodding your head. Yeah, Elder, you're right.
It'd probably be somebody like Sean on top of that. Yeah, it'd probably be Sean. It might be Elder Shalom.
Hey, you know, if Walt was here, you said, well, Walt, you know he'd laugh at you right there. He'll be the one all along.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 7?
Yeah, now again, we're giving them a command to go in there and slay everybody in that city, both young and old, male and female. Children are not to be spared, right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Verse 7. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go you forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face and cried and said, Ah, Adonai Elohim, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem? Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Yehuda is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say, Yahweh hath forsaken the earth, and Yahweh saith not. And as for me also, mine I shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me.
So we know these are angelic beings, right? But they always refer to them as men. But nevertheless, that whole chapter there represents the destruction of Jerusalem by the Babylonians and taking in captivity some of the people out of Jerusalem and killed the rest of them. And they destroyed the temple. Yeah.
I'm up to finish.
Yeah, they destroyed the temple, and you got the glory of Elohim still on the scene, right? Go ahead.
In the wilderness, it just popped in my mind when you were talking about the children here. Were the children in the wilderness have to die with their parents, or do you think they might get spared? I mean, you know, not die with their parents if their parents, you know what I mean?
If they die when?
Like the children, would they have to die with their parents, or they get spared? I mean, if they parents, you know, the parents out there doing this.
When you're talking about going to war?
No, just in the wilderness doing the purging process. As far as the children
the people that Yahweh shield would be alive. They stay with the parents.
But I mean, the transgressors, the rebels, their children, would their children have to die with them, or did they get spared? I mean, I was just thinking about that.
If they're with their parents, yeah. Yeah, because he said don't spare any children either. Right? Yahweh can be cold-blooded. Kill off babies like that, man. But that's what he told Joshua and the children of Israel to do when they went into Canaan land. Kill everybody. Don't leave nobody alive. Because Yahweh said, this is my earth, and this is my land. I give it to who I please. So again, Yahweh harder on his people than anybody else. And the other people in the earth. Because they're not his people. We are his people. And he expects more out of us than out of them. So when we do wrong, he lets us know, yeah, I know you did wrong. I'm paying you back for it. Yeah, so if those people that are going to be purged out, if they're still with their parents, they'll have to be purged out too. That's my thinking now. That's not what the book says. All it says is going to purge out the transgressors and rebels. But the children, say for instance, is a 1 or 2 year old child. Will that child have to die?
I don't think so.
Well, they did in here.
I know it, but then, you know, you're looking at it, you know, children not supposed to die for the sins of their fathers.
Well, that's true. We about to run up on that too, but nevertheless, Yahweh did not spare any of the Canaanites.
But then too, you look at it too, a woman have a child, right? She'll die, and Yahweh take their kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see what the parameters are going to be.
And birth, you know, giving birth, you know.
Yeah, be having births out there.
Yeah, well, like you said, flesh don't mean anything, Yahweh.
Right.
He can take them kids out along with their parents.
Yeah, but again, what does a 1 or 2 year old know?
You don't know about sin. That's where
They
I was
don't even know how
coming
to talk.
Right.
Right, but will they die?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And
He
that's
don't know.
part of what the question you're asking, right?
The children. Like
Yeah, the little
kids,
children.
Like young kids, like, you know, out there, the
I know.
kids don't know better.
That'll be Yahweh's judgment. Because judgment, we get out there in that wilderness. He said the rebels and the transgressors, right? So does a child transgress? Is he a rebel? He's a baby.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to work out. How that Yahweh going to spare the children of the people that he's going to destroy. So you see how he destroys people, right? With plagues. And so those children cannot be around their parents if that plague break out, so they get the plague too. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just thinking, what was the king that Yahweh killed his son and said this was going to be the greatest seed that came through him? He killed the child because he said that child was going to be the best thing of the
Okay,
seed.
that was Jeroboam.
Jeroboam.
Yeah.
Some good thing found in him, right?
Yeah, there's some good thing found in the Jeroboam's son.
Yeah, so that could be a situation like that for if the parents, but the baby's that young, maybe that'd be the same thing for them.
So to go ahead and kill him.
Well, you kill them, that's still that. But would death be if that child is resurrected in that first resurrection? They still got a seed that's still alive.
That's kind of a mystery to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's going to be raised up from the dead?
Yeah.
The people we thought should be raised up won't be raised up, and they that we thought should be raised up, they're going to be raised up.
That's like you
So,
said, bro.
Yahweh judgment.
All judgment. You're right.
Yeah. But again, families are going to stay together. Now, you got teenagers out there raising hell like they do here. Yeah, they got to go,
Oh yeah, teenagers.
right? But them little babies, we have to wait and see about that. Now, remember now, when our fathers first went into the wilderness, they had them angels with them, tell them which way to go, what to do. It may be the same thing again. Angels out there telling them.
He spared the children then.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want
Yeah.
to
From what was it, 40 years up? No, 20 years up. 20 years and over, all perished out there in the wilderness. 19 on down, they came into the land. Right, so that might be the same situation. You spare them, the babies, and let them come into land on somebody else's family. right? Because first of all, a 1 or 2 year old don't know what's going on, so they'll be glad to have somebody to go to. And plus, they haven't learned rebelliousness or transgression from the parents yet. And so their minds will still be young, so they may be able to be trained.
That's what saves them.
Uh-huh.
That's what saves them
Yeah.
at that young age.
Yeah, yeah. The younger they are.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is, you notice that the Catholic Church baptized babies,
Yeah.
and some of these black Christian baptized babies too.
You're right.
Not just baby, but teenagers, right? But they don't know what sin is. They don't know what the purpose of the baptism is.
I was baptized as a baby.
Huh?
I was baptized as a baby and 10.
You was a baby?
I was a baby baptized, and I got baptized again when I wanted to get baptized at 10.
So how many baptisms have you had?
The one I had here was number 4.
The fourth? I believe I could say the
Baby,
same.
10, 18, and then 4. The blue didn't count, so that's why I said I could get baptized.
I wasn't no different from you, man. I know back in there you used to visit other churches,
Right.
and then you get baptized whatever church you visit. Stay there for a minute, and go to another church, get baptized there. So, it didn't mean nothing to us then, because we thought that's what you're supposed to do. Get baptized in the church that you've been attending. And so that shows you that baptism don't mean nothing to Christians. They don't understand what the purpose of a baptism is. But yeah, this would be our last baptism. Praise God.
I didn't even get baptized.
Are you not baptized now?
Yeah, I'm baptized now.
I got
I hope
you.
so. I think so.
So,
But in the Christian church, like I said, I was raised up in a Baptist church when I was a kid, but when I got older, that church thing, that was just for me taking a woman to church to impress her.
yeah,
That's the whole time I went.
yeah.
I met some woman trying to take up. Well, she wanted me to go to church. I thought I was going to score.
Who's your pastor?
Sutton.
Sutton?
Yeah, he be a young boy. And when
Who's my
when,
pastor?
yeah, when I was approaching manhood, got out of Harper High.
Oh, yeah.
I was about 18, 19 years old, and
Yeah.
he was 19, 20 years old.
Me and him around the same age.
Yeah, all the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mother was crazy about him, but I had a girl, I was liking her. She told me she wanted to go to church.
You took her there.
This is my chance.
Yeah.
And all he did, I took her home, and I didn't hear from her no more.
Yeah, you couldn't take it seriously back in the day. 'Cause you knew what the pastor gonna do. You know at a certain point in the day he's gonna start singing.
Right.
Then they're gonna pull out the collection plate, pass it around. Back in them days, they didn't have one collection per Sunday. I think they got about 4 now, don't they?
4.
Four collections.
In one
Yeah, did they?
session.
And one Sunday morning. They got about 4 collections. They collect all day long.
How people pay the mortgage in condo?
But the thing is, some people come in late. You know how y'all do. So they catch them to come in late. So the church started at 10 o'clock. Y'all come there at 12. Go ahead, Brother Steph. You finish it up?
That was
But
it.
yeah, I was again that whole scenario we read here in chapter 9 is the Babylonians destroying Jerusalem, and the rest of them taken into captivity in Babylon. Brother Stephen, let's pick this up in chapter 11 and verse 1.
Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of Yahweh's house, which looketh eastward, and behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Yaazaniah the son of Aser, and Pelatiah the son of Benaiah, princes of the people. And he said unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city, which say, it is not near. Let us build houses. This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh. Therefore prophesy against them, prophesy, O son of man. And the Spirit of Yahweh fell upon me, and said unto me, Speak, thus saith Yahweh. Thus have you said, O house of Israel, For I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have multiplied your slain in this city, and you have filled the streets thereof with the slain. Therefore, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, your slain, whom you have laid in the midst of it, they are the flesh. And this city is the cauldron, but I will bring you forth out of the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
You have feared the sword, and I will bring a sword upon you, saith the Adonai Elohim. And I will bring you out of the midst thereof, and deliver you into the hands of strangers, and will execute judgments among you. You shall fall by the sword. I will judge you in the border of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
This city shall not be your cauldron, neither shall you be the flesh in the midst thereof. But I will judge you in the border of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh, for you have not walked in my statutes, neither executed my judgments, but have done after the manners of the heathen that are round about you.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when I prophesied that Pelatiah the son of Benaiah died, then fell I down upon my face and cried with a loud voice and said, Ah, Adonai Elohim, wilt thou make a full end of the remnant of Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, thy brethren, even thy brethren, the men of thy kindred, and all the house of Israel holy are they, unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get you far from Yahweh. Unto us is this land given in possession.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore say, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
So this is what Yahweh's given us, a little sanctuary in the countries where he scattered us to, because prior to us him opening up our eyes to see what this is talking about, we all went to a Christian church. But with this, he's showing us, yeah, I see you, and I'm going to have a place ready for you. So Yahweh had this place ready for it. We started out on North Decatur Road, right? Actually with Eliako's apartment.
Started over there in Southwest Atlanta.
Right.
In Deerfield.
In Deerfield. Right. And then y'all moved to a warehouse, didn't you?
Well, we moved over to West End, over there by that West End Mall. And from there, brother, we moved into somebody else's house, Sister Arteron's house. We was in people's houses.
But praise Yah.
And then we moved there from Tamar's apartment. And then we moved there from Clarkston. You right, that warehouse out there in Clarkston.
Mm-hmm.
It was some places in between I forgot. And then we moved on down Decatur Road where you came.
Mm-hmm.
Then we came here.
Well, praise Yah, y'all stuck it out, bro. Y'all going from pillar to post.
Like gypsies, man. We
Yeah.
moving all over the place.
But it was meant to go through that. Right? So praise Yahweh for you. Because y'all had already gotten established, and it's when I showed up. But then y'all had those TV shows going on too.
Yeah.
So that's what caught my attention. It's the TV show. So that old man showed on this book.
We had to get a place, because Elder, maybe you saying as that, he said, I'm tired of y'all tearing up my furniture in my house. Tell me we're buying stuff, and you can't have people coming to your house sitting on your sofa constantly.
Yeah.
It's going to wear out real quick.
Yeah.
And he got tired and said, we got to get a place.
Yeah. Well, we got up to play, and they still tore up the furniture up in here. Because we had a little plastic chair, you know. Jake said on Monday, they crack open right away. So Yahweh gave some more kind of chair to sit on, but Jake got some hard butts, man, I guess. But then again, this is the fulfillment of what we're seeing now, is Yahweh being a little sanctuary in the place where he scattered us to. Go ahead, Brother Samuel.
And you know, Elder, look how many times we tried to get a standalone building. Yahweh wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah, y'all notice that?
He would not let us
There's
do
some
it.
people beat us out of our money. Yeah, I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because, like I mentioned yesterday, people know they're doing wicked, right? So they're going to have to answer for that. Did we ever miss that money? We never did miss that money. It was a pocket full, but Yahweh said, let them have it. That's the only way they can do business, is beat people out their money. Go right ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Have they ever sold that building? Is it still?
Never did
How long? It's been about what? About 4 or 5 years, isn't it?
It's been long. It's been pretty close to about 10 years. Right at 10 years almost.
How about 6 or 7?
6, 7
Yeah.
years.
No, they got to pay taxes on that building too.
That building's still empty.
Gotta keep with it, so half the
There's
time.
somebody in there, but yeah, he didn't ever sell it.
Well, that's what they get.
Yeah, we would have had to do too much restructuring for that building, so Yahweh kept us here. And all the while we've been looking for a building, the building was already here.
Right.
So Yahweh let you know that, hey, I'm watching, I know what y'all looking for. I got it right here. You ain't got to worry about looking nowhere else, right where you at. This is your new building.
Yeah, we just like the Mashiach when he was in Nazareth among all them folks. We right here among all these homeless people and everybody else. It's a witness to us.
Well, yeah, you can't call this Nazareth. like they say, anything good come out of Nazareth.
Can anything good come out of Penley Plaza?
I don't believe so, man. Not all that ganja you smell on the Sabbath. Go ahead, man.
Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore say, thus saith the Adonai Elohim, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel.
Praise God.
And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them an heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes and keep mine ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
But as for them whose heart walketh after the heart of their detestable things and their abominations, I will recompense their way upon their own heads, saith the Adonai Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
Then did the cherubims lift up their wings, and the wheels beside them, and the glory of the Elohim of Israel was over them above.
Mm-hmm.
And the glory of Yahweh went up from the midst of the city and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city.
Now, you remember we talked about the glory of Yahweh in chapter 1 of Ezekiel, right? Now, at this point is when the Ark of the Covenant is taken. Because it says in verse 22, then did the cherubims lift up their wings, and the wheels beside them, and the glory of Elohim, of the Elohim of Israel was over them above. And the glory of Yahweh went up from the midst of the city, and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city. Again, that's when the Ark of the Covenant was taken out. That's why Nebuchadnezzar did not bring the Ark of the Covenant out of the city, because it was already gone. Now, we say the glory of the Elohim of Israel. That harkens back to when the Philistines took the Ark of the Covenant and brought it into the land of the Philistines. And what did, well, I think it was Phinehas' wife in 1 Samuel 4.
17 through 22.
Yeah, 22, 21 and 22.
17 through 22.
No, I'm just going to read 21 and 22.
22.
Okay, because we already know what brought this about. In 2 Samuel 4, they realized that the Philistines had taken the Ark of the Covenant into the land of the Philistines. And Eli, when he heard it, it shocked him. He fell back and he died, broke his neck. Right? And so what we have here is one of the wives of his two sons, and saying that in verse 19, for instance, and his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child near to be delivered. Now again, this is 1 Samuel chapter 4. Near to be delivered, was with child, and when she heard the tidings that the Ark of Elohim was taken, and that her father-in-law, her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory is departed from Israel, because the Ark of Elohim was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, the glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of Elohim is taken. So we've got the same scenario here in Ezekiel chapter 11. The glory of the Elohim of Israel was taken out of the city. That at that point, that's when it was taken up to heaven. So we see the last time we see the Ark of the Covenant. You know, they're still looking for that thing. They're still looking for the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, all you gotta do is read about it.
You got to read it, right.
Do they not know how to read? The book tell you what the Ark of the Covenant is, and you ain't getting it. Brother Seven, let's go. Let me see here.
Big,
You finish that up? Go
got
ahead.
two more verses.
Uh-huh.
Ezekiel chapter 11, I start 22 again to finish it off.
Mm-hmm.
Then did the cherubims lift up their wings, and the wheels beside them, and the glory of the Elohim of Israel was over them above.
Mm-hmm.
And the glory of Yahweh went up from the midst of the city and stood upon the mountain, which is on the east side of the city. Afterwards, the Spirit took me up and brought me in a vision by the Spirit of Elohim into Chaldea to them of the captivity. So the vision that I had seen went up from me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I spake unto them of the captivity all the things that Yahweh had showed me.
All right, Brother Seven, let's go to Ezekiel 16. Again, this is not prophetic. This is historic. But it's good to see how the words that Yahweh used to describe what his people were off into. Yeah, man.
So those of us that make it into the kingdom, in verse 11 and 18, we gonna have to take all them Buddha statues and all that stuff out of there, right?
Out of where?
Out of Israel.
The temple.
I mean, I guess the temple ain't there yet, but I mean, like when the Palestinians attacked, you know, they had them Buddhas on the beach in the land. We got to physically take all that stuff out ourselves,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's still full of idols and images over there in the land. You got, and plus, the capital is not even Jerusalem, it's Tel Aviv.
Right.
So that's got to change. And in Tel Aviv, again, that's the homosexual capital of the world. All that's got to be destroyed. And as far as the Palestinians are concerned, they're not supposed to be in that part of the land anyway. So with them destroying the Palestinians, they're doing something we're supposed to do. But nevertheless, the land is destroyed, basically. When you look at how much damage has been done, the burned out buildings and the tore up roads and all that stuff, all that's got to be repaired because that's our land. Well, it's going to be a long time repairing that land, but it's got to be done because now Yahweh giving us back the land so that we can have fulfill the covenant Yahweh made with our fathers and giving us that land. So right now where they are in captivity in Babylon. But let's go to Ezekiel 16. Did I get that for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Ezekiel 16 and look at another vision of what we just read in chapter 9 and chapter 10 and chapter 9. In Ezekiel 16. Look how it describes. What is that? That's you, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Tell her you'll be through in a minute.
Tell who?
She keep calling you.
That's probably one of them insurance companies calling me. Want me to buy some insurance.
That's a good one. Go ahead.
You know it isn't. Man, I'm tired of Medicare. Medicare call me all the time. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 1. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations, and say, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim unto Jerusalem, Thou birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite.
So these are not terms of endearment. Right? He's talking about the city of Jerusalem. Keep that in mind. And look at how he expresses himself for that particular city. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 16, I start again. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations, and say, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father, brother, was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite.
Mm-hmm.
And as for thy nativity, in the day that thou was born, thy navel was not cut, neither was thou washed in water to supple thee. Thou was not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. None I pitied thee to do any of these unto thee, to have compassion upon thee. But thou wast cast out in the open field to the loathing of thy person in the day that thou wast born.
Mm-hmm.
And when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thine own blood, I said unto thee when thou wast in thy blood, live. Yea, I said unto thee when thou wast in thy blood, live. I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great, and thou art come to excellent ornaments. Thy breasts are fashioned, and thine hair is grown, whereas thou was naked and bare. Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was a time of love. And I spread my skirt over thee, and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee, and entered into a covenant with thee, saith the Adonai Elohim, and you became mine. Then washed I thee with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil. I clothed thee also with broaded work, and shod thee with antelope skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk.
Notice he's talking like Jerusalem is a person, but he's still talking about the city. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Verse 11. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck. And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk and broaded work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom. And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness which I had put upon thee, saith the Adonai Elohim. But thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playeth the harlot because of thy renown, and poureth out thy fornications on every one that passed by. His it was. And of thy garments thou didst take, and decked thy high places with divers colors, and playeth the harlot thereupon. The like things shall not come, neither shall it be so. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I had given thee, and made unto thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them, and took of thy broader garments, and covereth them, and thou hast set mine oil and mine incense before them. My meat also which I gave thee, fine flour and oil and honey, wherewith I fed thee, thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor, and thus it was, saith the Adonai Elohim. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter, that thou hast slain my children, and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them? And in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare, and wast polluted in thy blood. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Adonai Elohim, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to everyone that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. Thou hast also committed fornications with the Egyptians thy neighbor, greater flesh, and have increased thy whoredoms, to provoke me to anger. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thine ordinary food, and delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd ways. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet could have not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chaldean, and yet thou was not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart, saith the Adonai Elohim, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious whorish woman, in that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot, in that thou scornest power, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hireth them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms, and that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore you are contrary. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them. Therefore, verse 37, behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers, with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them round about against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness. And I will judge thee as women that break wedlock and shed blood are judged, and I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy. And I will also give thee into their hand, and they shall break down thine eminent place, and shall break down thy high places, and they shall strip thee also of thy clothes, and shall take thy fair jewels, and leave thee naked and bare. They shall also bring up a company against thee, and they shall stone thee with stones, and thrust thee through with their swords. And they shall burn thine houses with fire, and execute judgments upon thee in the sight of many women, and I will cause thee to cease from playing the harlot, and thou also shalt give no hire any more. So will I make my fury toward thee to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from thee, and I will be quiet, and will be no more angry. Because thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, but hast fretted me in all these things, behold, therefore I also will recompense thy way upon thine head, saith the Adonai Elohim, and thou shalt not commit this lewdness above all thine abominations. Behold, every one that uses proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. Thou art thy mother's daughter, that loatheth her husband and her children, and thou art the sister of thy sisters, which loathe their husband and their children. Your mother was an Hittite, and your father an Amorite.
All right, Steph, I don't want to go no further than that. But again, he's talking about a city. He's talking about Jerusalem, but he's talking about Jerusalem like that's his wife. But the people of the city are his wife. He let them know, yeah, I see what you're doing. You're worshiping other gods. Anybody come around with their gods, you want to worship them too. All right, so he actually, this is another way of saying what we've been reading all along, going all the way back to chapter 9. It's just a retelling of the story of the Babylonians coming in and destroying Jerusalem. And so we have a retelling of that story, but we get a little bit deeper, showing you that Yahweh expected more out of our fathers than to be whores for these idols of these other nations. Before we dismiss, does anyone have any questions?
I just want to say, the guy with the afro, I forgot, he gives his regards. You see here, the guy with the afro, I forget his
Talking
name.
about Red.
Yeah, he gives his regards.
He's talking about Red. See, Red gave his regards when he walked by.
Oh, he did?
No, the other guy used to sit in here.
Oh.
Sit at the table. You know the guy with the afro, the light skinned guy with the afro? I forget his name again. But
He used to drive the van.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it?
You remember the guy used to drive the van, had the
I never
afro,
know his name.
brown skinned fella.
Oh, he ain't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to
Drove a
come.
van?
Yeah, he drove
Soft
a van.
spoken.
Yeah.
What, you saw him?
Yeah, I got locked out the car and I was walking around Kroger's and I ran into him and, you know, he said his mother had passed a couple months ago and his
Oh,
wife
man.
doing pretty bad, so yeah, that's why he ain't been. But he's trying to get back, but he just gives his regards.
Oh. Did he say about coming back?
He gonna try to, but like I said, he gotta watch his wife right now. You know what I mean? There's a lot
Okay.
going on.
All right, then. Does anyone else have any? Yes. What's your name, dear?
Dynasty, we spoke a couple weeks ago, remember?
What now?
Dynasty?
Dynasty?
Yeah.
Said
And
y'all,
what's supposed to happen?
y'all spoke a couple of weeks ago.
And what happened? What, are you the one that said I should come out? You should come out and let us meet you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I remember. I remember talking to her. I didn't know what you looked like.
Good, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
I know she might be hurt somebody. I don't know. So you praise y'all. Glad to see you, my sister.
Praise God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So welcome, and you still want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. What we can do, and you've been watching us all along, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we can do is set it up for next week for your baptism. Is that all right with you?
It should be.
Okay.
Should be.
Okay, if it's an issue, then let me know ahead of
Okay.
time, because what we're going to do is get the baptismal pool prepared for you, and we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Praise God for real.
Welcome to the class.
But I did have a question though.
Okay.
When Gentiles like cleave to our lifestyle, does that mean that Yahweh loves them too? Or is it like he just has favor upon them? Is that love or is it, I don't understand that.
He said when the Gentiles cleave to our ways, the Yahweh love them or have favor toward them.
Not as much he love us. I mean, those Gentiles that make it into the kingdom, it's because it was already prophesied for them to be in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the criteria for them being in the kingdom is, first of all, they must believe in the Mashiach. So if you don't believe in the Mashiach, then you won't be there. Just like Old Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Old Covenant? What's the point of them being in the kingdom? They don't believe in the Messiah. So only the believers are going to be in that kingdom. So that includes white people too. It's just that they're going to be in their land and we're going to be in ours.
Okay.
All right. Now you got the issue of interracial marriage, right? Which way they're going to go on that? Well, the wife usually accompanies the husband wherever he goes.
Mm-hmm.
So if the wife is a Hebrew and the husband is a Gentile, she got to go with her husband to the land of the Gentiles.
Mm-hmm.
You're shaking your head. What's,
Uh-uh.
what's the matter?
That's just crazy though. Like, I don't understand how they find that like attractive. When we look the way we look, that's why I was shaking my head. Like,
Yeah.
why would you even want to get involved?
I hear you, sister.
You know what I'm saying?
We look good, don't
Yes.
I'm missing something.
we? Now, she said she don't see why we're attracted to white people. That's basically what she's saying.
Well, we're attracted to white
Why
people.
we're, you know,
Why would someone want to be with a Gentile?
Gentile.
Why would
Oh.
a sister want to be with a Gentile?
Gentile man, yeah.
Regardless of how they look, just look at how they treat us. No.
Yeah, well, each his own. We don't know. I mean, we got that situation now. We got a sister that's married to Meshach, and she got to go with him
Mm-hmm.
to his land. That's his wife,
So you have to change
because the man is the head of the household, right? So if they love each other, they want to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they got a family. So yes, she got to follow her husband, and if a Gentile married to a Hebrew man, she got to come with the Hebrew man. She got to come into our land.
She got the breeze.
See, everybody's gonna be put back into their land. Like, for instance, America. Everybody got to leave America and go back to their own land. Right now, the reason we say that is because what's written in this book. It says exactly that everybody go back to their own land. So the white folks got to go back to Europe. The Africans got to go back to Africa. We got to go back to the land of Israel. The Arabs got to go back to the land of the Arabs, and all those people got to leave America because America is about to be destroyed. And when the kingdom is set up, everybody got to learn Yahweh's law.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there won't be any other gods being worshipped. There won't be any religions being practiced. It'll just be one God, that'll be Yahweh, and we're going to have one king to rule over all the kings of the earth. In other words, the card is going to flip a 180. But we've been the servants of all the nations of the earth. They're going to be our servants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, that don't mean you're supposed to get the big head. Right? But nevertheless, you're not going to rule over them like they ruled over us. We're not that kind of people. But they will be our servants, according to the prophecy. What did he say?
He said, I like that part.
See, that's
I don't know.
one of the reasons why
I don't
we're
even know
here.
what to do with that kind of power, though.
I'm sorry.
That kind of power, we wouldn't even know what to do with that.
Right.
Because we've been at the bottom for so long.
Right.
Like,
That's exactly who he's going to have ruling the world, because they're the people that are going to be ruling the world and inheriting earth are the meek and humble people. You're right. We don't know how to rule the earth. We don't even know how to have a kingdom. We lost our kingdom in here. Right? We don't even know how to rule our own household.
that goes back to the question you asked earlier about how we would have our own government. That ain't happening. And so it's like we don't know.
Black
we can't
people
even do it now. So it's
Black
like,
people will not be able to govern themselves. There won't be any black people in the kingdom. So when the kingdom is set up, we're going to have our own king and our own judges to rule over us. So we got our government already written down in the Torah, right? And that's what our fathers received before they went into the Canaan land. So now Yahweh's given us the Torah to learn again, to be prepared to set up your government that has laws, statutes, and judgments already set up. And that's what our father did when they first came into the land. They already had the government set up. So that will be our government. Now, again, black people don't know how, they can't govern themselves.
Right.
So we got the law to help us govern ourselves. So we know as long as we keep that law, there'll be peace among us. Right? And besides, by the time that happens, all the rebels and the transgressors will be purged out of us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So only the people that are in the book, the people that believe in the Mashiach, they're going to be in the land.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first time in a long time, we will have peace.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm glad I ain't black.
Is there anything else, my dear? Okay.
I don't know yet. Trying to think.
Well, take your time. I'm just going to see what's on chat here.
You had some good questions, don't you?
Yeah? Excellent. How far you have to come here? Where you coming from?
Here in County, like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
what
you
we
right here
You
then.
can start bridge.
Yeah.
This Shabbat, Elder.
Hmm?
This Shabbat, y'all will.
Yeah, this Shabbat, we're going to get you baptized, my dear.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm on it.
Let's see here. What the hell?
You will be here early.
I'm on
We got a lot of folk on here. I got Shamayan Yasharala Elder on Facebook. Shalom Shamayan Yasharala Elder. Shalom Sister Micaiah by Israel. Shalom Little Jimmy Thurman. Shalom Morning Chris. Shalom Brother McAnderson. Shalom Brother Eddie Ahub in Israel. Shalom Cephas. Shalom Brother Alahayam and Sister Malaka. Let's see. Shalom Elder Mick. Shalom Elder Hiram. Shalom Susie Garman. Shalom Brother Hanat ben Israel. I ain't got no shame at all. Shalom Isha 777. Shalom White Hebrew Israelite.
White Hebrew Israelite.
How is you? He got that on here. Is he being cute or what?
That's old school there. How is you?
Shalom, Brother Takaray Knight. Shalom, Kevin Burtz. Shalom, David Reed. Shalom, Brother Otis. Shalom, Brother Yaakov. Shalom, Brother Roosevelt Petrie. Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Shalom, Adawan Ben Yacharala. Shalom, Mark Doug from Kenya. All right, they got us up in Kenya today.
Praise God.
Unless he in here in America to say from Kenya.
Nah, yeah.
He come from Kenya, actually?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, well, praise Yah. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Brother Hodiah. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Let's see here. Shalom, Ezek ben Israel. Shalom, I guess I win, L win. Shalom, forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Shalom, King Dreddy. Shalom, praise Yah, Brother King Dreddy. Shalom, power play for real. Shalom, Eshe Yasharala. Shalom, who wants to know? Shalom, Elder Yosef and family. I saw a video years ago about a so-called Rabbi Finkelstein talking about how they put human DNA in the food. They still doing that.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for years, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, and McDonald's and Burger King are their main receivers of their products.
Burger King.
McDonald's and Burger King, Steve.
I don't go to McDonald's.
Yeah, but Burger King, Steve.
Yeah, I know it. I like Burger King. I ain't going there no more. I
That
know.
last, didn't
I know all
He
that.
said
was
that
going-
before, ain't it?
I didn't know all that was going on.
Yeah.
I got a bone
Wow.
or fish.
Yeah, appreciate that. Who wants to know?
They say Finkelstein died not too long after that though.
Brother
Really?
Ezra ben Israel. What?
They wound up killing Finkelstein after he said that not too long after that.
Lock who up?
They
Yeah.
killed him. He wound up dying.
Finkelstein,
He wound
after
up
he's-
dying.
What they do? They locked him up?
No, he wound up dying after he had said that. Later came out with that. He wound up dying after because that's stuff that he wasn't supposed to be saying. So they like to keep their stuff secret. So he wound up dying, but they.
What was he famous for? Did he write one of those books that
No,
said?
he just came out talking about just how they hate Gentiles and how they
Oh.
hate people and they feed them back. It's been part of the Talmud, the Torah for a long time. Not Torah, but Talmud for a long time. But how they was doing it, and these people they was feeding their kids back to him, whatever. But he wound up dying, and he talking about his McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah, I can't go to Burger King no more.
He wound up dying not too
No,
long.
go ahead, Steve. Tear up some more organs in your body.
Yeah.
I don't eat out.
Ezra ben Israel says, Elder, can you explain Galatians 3:28 and 29? I've heard folks argue that means Christ made us all one, so it doesn't matter if they are Israel or Gentile. Isn't that referring to after the resurrection? Yeah, let's look at that. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28 and 29. Because people get nutty on those particular verses because that justifies them having a woman preach behind the pulpit. Now let's look at that.
3:28 through 29.
Galatians 3, verse 28 and 29. This is a question from Brother Ezra. It says, there is neither Jew nor Greek, nor there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in the Mashiach Yahshua. And if you be the Mashiach, then are you Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Now, let's look at what he means by that. He says there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Mashiach Yahshua. Now, he's talking about the resurrected Mashiach, right? And let's look at what he says about those people that are resurrected. Let's go to Matthew 22. And Brother Stephen, pick this up at verse 23 to verse 33. Let's look at, he said, in the Mashiach, there's neither male nor female, nor Greek nor Jew, no bond nor free, right? So, in the Mashiach himself, let's see what Mashiach says about the people that are resurrected. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Matthew 22, verse, where we starting at, what verse?
Matthew 22, verse 23 to verse 33.
Oh, okay. Matthew chapter 22, verse
23.
Verse 23, I'm sorry. The same day came to him the Sadducees, which say that there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moshe said, if a man die having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Likewise the second also, and the third unto the 7th. And last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the seven? For they all had her. Yahshua answered and said unto them, You do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of Elohim. For in the resurrection they neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of Elohim in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have you not read that which was spoken unto you by Elohim, saying, I am the Elohim of Abraham, and the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. Elohim is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitude heard this, they were astonished at his doctrine.
Now notice when he said in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage. So when you go back to Galatians chapter 3 and verse 28, it's referring to the resurrected Mashiach. So those people are resurrected that believe in him, they would be neither Greek nor Jew. There will be neither bond nor free. There will be neither male nor female, because the angels do not have a sex. Right. That's in the form of a man. So that's what that is referring to. In the resurrected Mashiach, there's no bond nor free, or no male nor female, no Greek nor Jew. So when you're resurrected, you won't be any of those things that you were when you started out.
That's right.
If you were a Greek, you won't be a Greek anymore. If you were a Jew, you won't be a Jew anymore. And all of those things that you are now, you will not be that anymore. Because why? When you go up into 1 Thessalonians, not 1 Thessalonians, but 1 Corinthians, chapter 15. But except pick this up at verse 35, all the way down to verse 50. Now we're going to see why you're not going to be the same when you're resurrected.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 35. But some man will say, How are the dead raised up, and with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but by grain it may chance of wheat or of some other grain. But Elohim giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Adonai from heaven. As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy, and as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Elohim, neither does corruption inherit incorruption.
So it's in Galatians, it's saying basically the same thing. There's neither Jew nor Greek, no bond nor free, because these are corrupted. These are the things that man has divided himself. But in the resurrection, you're going to have brand new bodies. So if you died a white man now, you'll be raised up as a black man, because you have a brand new body. So that's why he said there's neither bond nor free, no male nor female, Greek nor Jew. because you're going to have brand new bodies. So how can you look at somebody with a brand new body and racialize them and tell them, well, you must be a Gentile, or you must be a Jew, because you're going to have brand new bodies. Yeah.
So, being from Shem and Japheth and Ham won't matter in the resurrection.
In Ham's case, yeah, we don't see Ham even in part of this story.
Okay.
They've been deceived by Christianity, so they're all Christians, right? But it's your action that may make you get raised up from the dead. You may call upon the wrong God, or don't know His name, but if you keep the law, the second part of the Ten Commandments, are you doing what the Mashiach told you to do? Or even if you bless Israel, you could be in that resurrection.
What I'm saying is like when the white man is resurrected, and he looks like us. In the resurrection, the seed of where you come from doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's no longer Shem and Ham. You know, so like if I was to pass, even though I'm resurrected, I'm still not Hebrew Israel. I'm just a resurrected person.
Well, what the Revelation say? Those that are resurrected can be priests.
Right. So we priests
with
not
Mashiach and Elohim, right?
right.
So again, what would the resurrected priest look like? We only have one resurrection. That's the Mashiach himself. And they didn't even recognize him. Right? Because he had a brand new body.
Talking about a new creature, ain't
Yeah.
new creature.
A new creature.
Yeah.
So that's what, when you go up into Galatians, and they say that there's no bond nor free, no male nor female, Jew or Greek. That's what he's talking about in the resurrection.
Right.
But right now, it's still a distinction.
Right.
We still have to, and we still have to keep the law right now. And the only way that the Gentiles are going to make it into the kingdom is through their faith, because Yahweh did not give them the law. So they got to have faith in the right name, though. And it's too bad white people changed the name to a name that can't be saved.
They calling on him right now.
Yeah.
Right in church.
Right today.
This very hour.
Getting the Holy Ghost.
Right, tearing up church. No, they ain't tearing. They trying to learn our people tearing up church, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And them snake handlers.
Just think that was.
What you going to say, man?
Ellen, like the question to Brother Hiliel. But who will be our servants then if they come back? We come back as all the same. Are they still going to be a separation?
No. Everybody's going to be divided into their own lands, right? That's not the resurrected. I'm talking about everybody else, the nations.
Right.
They're going to be in their own land, but they're going to be our servants. Now, the resurrected people will be priests in that temple.
That's from us, though, right?
No, that's the resurrected. Now, we're going to have our own priesthood.
Okay.
Right? But that's a different class of priesthood in that these are resurrected people that can never die again, right?
Right.
So they're going to have brand new bodies, and their own people won't even recognize who they are.
Right.
Right? So they're going to be in that temple, being priests to the Mashiach and Yahshua. But the rest of the children of Israel, yeah, we're going to look the same. White people are going to look the same. We're just talking about the resurrected people here. And so with Galatians, when it mentions that neither bond nor free, male nor female, or anything like that, it's talking about those that are resurrected. Yeah.
That applies to the second resurrection too.
Who?
The second resurrection. Those
Now the second resurrection, yeah, they got to have brand new bodies.
But they gonna look like us, or they gonna look how they was, because how they.
They're probably unrecognizable.
Okay.
That money tree.
He know I'm in class.
Money tree. They know
Kim, you know I'm in class, man. Why you calling me not?
Oh, that's somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because in the last chapter of Revelation, it said all the nations that are saved is going to walk in the light of this city, right?
Right.
So those people, all those people, they still going to look like they were, right? They're just
Right.
going to have eternal bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's in the kingdom of heaven. Right. Yeah.
But for those that's going to be judged for how they treated our people in that second resurrection, they get to look like us.
In the resurrection?
In the second resurrection, because they're gonna get judged.
On the second resurrection?
They're gonna get judged for how they treated our people. Are they gonna look? They're gonna get the chance to look like us, and they did us wrong. That should be that's like a good thing. That should, I mean, you know.
The bodies that they're going to be changed into in the second resurrection were those bodies that will live forever, so that you can be tormented forever. You can be in the lake of fire forever.
No.
So we're looking at Satan and his angels, and those people that were raised up in the second resurrection, their names won't be found in the book of life. And so it'd be as if they never existed. Yeah. Yes, my dear.
They make like okay, like Christians, they say like the 2/3. I know we're talking about like the Israelites being purged out of the wilderness, but why do they make it seem like that's the whole world is talking about 2/3 of the whole world? You never heard nobody say that?
Who's
before?
saying that?
Christians.
Christians?
They say that most people that are like have lived and died, most of these people that just live in general, lake of fire. Most people are going to the lake of fire.
Oh.
Versus that 1/3, that's people that's going to heaven.
Boy, they got that thing twisted.
1/3 is going to heaven, and then 2/3 lake of fire. So
That's-
most people are going to the lake of fire. Why do they say that?
That's not written in the Bible nowhere. All right, so we go by what's written, actually written, to get very more clarity on what
But
the
the
end time
2/3.
scenario is. So there's nothing written in here that says you're going off to heaven. But Christians believe they're going off to heaven.
Yeah, I don't know where they get that I know where they get the 2/3 from, but they make it about heaven and the lake of fire. That's what I've
That's
heard.
I know,
And
I
I've
know.
always been confused. I'm like,
They
what
try
are you
to
talking
teach
about?
themselves, and they get it all wrong. I mean, we could tell you what that 2/3 is going to be about. That's about us,
Right.
right? Not the whole world.
I just like you said that a couple weeks ago. I'm just like, wow,
Huh?
still unlearning. Like literally, I'm still unlearning like Christianity.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I
Christian-
always thought that was the whole world. I'm like, that never made sense to me. 2/3.
Yeah.
What is 2/3?
Yeah, well, see, now you're thinking,
Yeah.
right? You see, this doesn't add up. Something don't make sense about this. So, praise God, you showed up here. Maybe we can break it down a little bit further for you and show you exactly what it's saying when it talks about the 2/3 and 1/3 going to be saved. It's talking about us,
Right.
right? And as far as going off to heaven, they've always believed they were going off to heaven, but that's not in the Bible nowhere. Nobody, no flesh. We just read that in 1 Corinthians chapter 17, chapter 15. It says, "Now this I say then, brethren," and we include the rapture in that. This verses 1 Corinthians 15, verse 50. "Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Elohim, neither does corruption inherit incorruption." But they talking about that rapture going up to heaven, that corruption going up to heaven. No. Don't say that. All right? That's the only reason they come up with that doctrine is because they haven't had anyone to teach them what the Bible is saying. The Bible has nothing to do with Christianity. And white people, not the main characters in here. Nobody in here is white. They all look like us. But nevertheless, that's what they run with to justify being a Christian. But the whole Bible is about Yahweh and us.
Yeah. That rapture thing, Elder, ain't even 200 years old, is it?
No. But that's what's out there, and that's what keep people Christians, is the thought that they're going off to heaven. They ain't going there. I'm sorry. The Mashiach even said you ain't going there. Christ, the one that died for their sins. Well, you want to show you where it is?
I got it in my. That's why I'm keep going on my phone. I know where it's at, but I gotta see it to say it.
John 3:13.
Yep, right here in my notes. Yep.
So next time they say that, show them that and see what they say.
Elder, she packing, ain't she?
Huh?
She packing. She got information on
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah, bro. It's a new age.
Look at that.
See? So I can't do nothing like that, bro. I got to write stuff down. So I'm old school. I'm back in the Rotary days. So yeah, that's what that's all about there. So, Brother Ezra, I hope that helped you out, man. That's what they're talking about when you're talking about being in the Mashiach. It's talking about the resurrected Mashiach, because again, his own disciples didn't even recognize him. So they're going to have brand new bodies, so they won't be Jew, nor they'll be Greek, they'll be bond, they'll be free, there'll be no man, no wife, because they will be sexless people. All right, so that's what that's all about. I hope that helped you out.
That's what they got us, because we didn't ever know who we were. Just like you said yesterday when we read Jeremiah chapter 10. We're going to read verse 2 versus verse 1.
Yeah.
You understand who this dealing with.
Yeah, man, I hate it when they do that.
I have a question. In Genesis, in the beginning, when they were trying to rape those two angels, I think it was two. If they're sexless, what was the point of them trying to rape them? Because they didn't know, or were they
No,
just wanted to
they
experiment?
look like men.
Right, but still, like
They didn't know they
nothing
weren't
would've
men.
happened if they would have even got close to like laying them down and getting into the experience or whatever they wanted to do.
They didn't know they weren't men. They just looked like men, so we gotta get some of that.
Got to get some of that.
That's the way Sodom and Gomorrah was.
They
back
get
in the
thrown
day,
out on
right?
the floor.
They see a man,
Hamite.
they say we gotta have that.
We got to have.
Right? So they couldn't tell that those were angels,
Right.
right? So they thought they just regular men that they can do what they want with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, as a matter of fact, even Paul said, "Be careful that you entertain strangers, for some that entertain angels unawares." Right. So I help again, Brother Ezra. I hope that helped you out. Power play for real. The scripture tells us not to eat swine, but unfortunately we don't listen. Just like they like crabs and shrimp and the other stuff that is to be eaten, that is to be eaten. I think you meant not to be eaten. Absolutely, power play for real. We have our dietary law that tells us what is good to eat, what is not good to eat. Shalom, Mother Kaya, Shalom, Brother Abraham, Shalom, Adrian Davis, Shalom, Brother Yosef, Shalom, Takare Knight, Shalom, Shaul Ben Israel, Shalom, Richard Lestage. I hope I pronounced that name right.
No, that is right.
That's Josiah.
Yeah.
That's, man, appreciate that, Brother Josiah. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shalom, who wants to know? Those people think the Ark of the Covenant is under the dome of the so-called rock. Have y'all ever heard that? Now, I heard it was in Ethiopia.
That's the only one I heard of.
Yeah, but I never heard it was under the dome of the rock. That's a new one on us. Who wants to know? Shalom, Rachel, Sister Rachel about Israel. Shalom, Hebrews 5:80. Shalom, Decimo 12. Shalom, Hedge Fire. I was speaking with a brother and somehow we got on the subject of concubines. Just trying to clarify that a man's supposed to be married first in order to have concubines, right? Well, I remember telling you that. But I also remember the story in the book of Judges where this Levite had a concubine and they raped her all night long, killed her. It didn't say that that was his wife. It was his concubine. But then back in those days, at the time of Judges, people were doing things that they thought was right in their own sight.
Right.
Right. So that we got a law that tells us that Yahweh allows polygamy. Right. But we have a story of our patriarchs having concubines. King David, a man after Yahweh's own heart, had concubines and wives. So to be safe, Brother Headsfire, I suggest to keep peace in your house, you ask your wife first, can you have a concubine?
But
I mean, you just can't bring another woman in the house like she ain't gonna notice that. You be gone for 3 or 4 days out the week.
But Elder, your wife have to give you that concubine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It
Has to be all right with her, with the wife. Right. And back in them days, apparently it was all right. A different mindset of the women back in them days. So you look at, for instance, Rachel and Leah. They gave their handmaids to Jacob so they can have children by them.
Right.
Right? But those were his concubines. He married Rachel and Leah. Right? But Rachel and Leah gave him the concubine. So it must have been all right back in them days. So yeah. So that's here's just to keep it on the safe side. Ask the wife first, so that there won't be any misunderstanding.
But like you said, Elder, it was a different mindset back in that day because now these brothers doing it is more lustful.
Yeah.
Then it was like the infant mortality rate then was very high. So you can have a baby and be stillborn, or you can have a baby and 5 days later it died.
Yeah.
So Yahweh knew what he was doing for them to have that because with technology as advanced to where it's at now,
Right.
you know, you can have your babies and Medicare and everything will take care of it. These babies,
Right.
they can come out premature but grow up to be healthy babies. Where
Right.
back then,
Right.
you know, it was common knowledge not just amongst our nations but all nations.
So
You know,
life was precarious back then in them days for them newborns.
mm-hmm.
They don't know whether they're gonna make it that day or not.
Not.
Stillborn.
So it was a different, like you said, you got.
So you had to have them concubines and all them wives to make sure you have a son out of some of that.
Because what they don't look at is how many births in relation to how many deaths.
Right.
It was more deaths than it was births.
Yeah. Right.
He want to do that in America.
What?
Do he really want to do that?
Do what?
Have a concubine?
No. She ain't gonna be faithful.
I'm talking about him. Do he?
No. The question is, that's his fire.
Yeah.
He said he was speaking with a brother, and somehow we got on the subject of concubines, just trying to clarify that a man's supposed to be married first in order to have concubines,
That's
right?
true.
Right, so that's all he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Elder, too, what Yahshua was saying, I just found this out, 'cause my daughter just had a little boy. They test them for every drug possibly. They've been doing drugs during the time of the pregnancy. And if they test them and they find drugs in their system, they take that baby.
You lying?
They take that baby.
Been doing that.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, bruh.
You got after so many times for them to take your baby before they lock you up.
Well, I guess that'll be big business for midwife then, won't it?
I mean, what you mean they take the baby?
if she find, they test them to see if they got drugs in their system. If they got drugs in their system, they don't let that baby go home with them.
Oh, they keep them?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Put 'em in the
thought when you
system.
said take, they destroy the baby. Or
No,
that's
they put 'em
even
in
worse
the
than
system.
keep
The
the baby.
system is not right. The
They put 'em in the
system is
system.
not, I'm sorry.
Well, when you get in your own land, you can do what you think is
Wow.
right then.
You fucking went
So
crazy.
you're in the white man's land. The white man calls all the shots. You ain't got no power here. You were never supposed to have power here.
I saw some stuff, I don't know, I told my daughter, I don't know if it's true or not, but artificial intelligence about these robots. But they're looking like they're so real. And now they have them doing all kind of stuff. And when I say all kind of stuff, I mean all kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
they're talking
well,
about having robots, you want a baby,
uh-huh.
No.
carrying a baby full term.
Who?
Been doing that.
Robots.
Robots?
Carrying baby.
Come on.
But I'm saying, Elder, if they got it out there and they showing it like that, they're telling you in a kind of way that, yeah, we got this stuff. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised when
They
people
won't,
tell
I mean,
you.
they got a lot of scientific accomplishment, but they will never do that. Have a robot, some inanimate object, have a living baby. Is the baby gonna be a robot too?
You know what, Elder, like they have these babies they put in incubators,
Huh?
like if they're preemies, and they're not fully developed, but for some reason they're born,
Well, I mean,
and they need to be incubated.
uh-huh.
So, the incubator. So it's just a incubator. I mean, it's a,
Coming out of a robot.
Well, that's gotta
it,
be
it may
all-
not come out the normal way,
it's-
but,
it's-
It might do like a C-section kind of thing.
like,
So-
You know what I mean?
yeah, just, you know.
So you have to cut them out the robot? Come on, this how y'all sound.
Glass raised.
Yeah, little thing raised up, come out.
What's next? Assembly line? Little hand come down, grab him out the stomach.
No, the one I saw, they opened up the stomach. Well, I guess it's not a C-section, but that's the way
I mean,
it's built. The
I don't know how
robot
to
is built
explain
like
it, but I
that.
ain't see it.
You know
But
what?
I'm just saying that's the only way I can see it happen. Like
White
that.
folks are
That's the
smart
way-
people,
Yeah.
but they can't do what Yahweh do.
No, they can't, but they're trying hard.
Yeah, I know, they trying to be creative like Yahweh is, but no, like I said yesterday, how can the creation be the creator?
Mm.
Yeah. Let's continue. Let's see here. Shalom, praise Yah, brother Alahayim. Shalom, brother Clarence Marks and sister Yulita. Who wants to know? It's called Stockholm Syndrome. That's what I said, didn't I? Yeah. Who wants to know when our people marry outside of their race, that's why a lot of our businesses fail. Shalom, Thackeray Knight. The other, can you please explain Malachi 1 and 11? I heard a Hebrew count using this verse saying you must say the name Jesus to be baptized. Also, you will be in trouble using JC, that is being rebellious. Everyone should use Jesus because it's known worldwide and we are in the land of the Gentiles. Well, I've heard that excuse too, but once you hear the truth, why would you stay on the lie?
Right.
Yeah, so what you said of Malachi 1 and 11, that's how you got to say the name JC. Let me see what he's talking about here.
I heard this stammering tongue and lip things.
Yeah, that's what the brother told me.
Yeah.
It says, for from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering, for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith Yahweh of hosts.
But that's an oxymoron. How can Jesus be great among the Gentiles? How can the
Nobody
name
offer
Jesus
no
be-
incense, burn no incense unto.
You mean you
Jesus.
made up a name of your own, and that's supposed to be great among the Gentiles.
Right.
Gentiles came up with JC. That ain't in the book nowhere.
Right.
But they're going by that. If they're going by that verse, then they're going by something that they made up themselves. Now they ain't gonna work.
But this verse is
Yeah,
talking about
plus
Yahweh,
they don't
right?
call on Yahweh anyway.
This verse is talking about Yahweh, not
I know.
Messiah anyway.
I know. It's not talking about JC, but that's what they used to justify. What did it say? It said, I heard a Hebrew count using this verse saying you must say the name JC to be baptized. That's a Hebrew count?
I can believe
That
that.
United in Christ, they use JC and they just say God or Lord. They don't never say Yahshua. They don't even say the other names. They just say JC and God.
That's because JC bring that money. That's why they use it. Now, like I said this yesterday, Yahshua don't bring no money,
Literally.
but he brings in souls. Right? So, yeah, they use that name because everybody knows it and it brings that money. That's all it's about. But when you got the truth, you got the true name and the true name of the Father, true name of the Son, you ain't worried about no money. Because now you know who you put your faith in, the one who gave us this sanctuary here. Now, I remember when we first came here, we used to have fundraisers, didn't we? When I took over, I cut it out, didn't we?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It's been over 10 years ago.
10 years ago, right?
Yeah, I'm saying going back
Not long. Have we had to need a fundraiser since?
about 15 years ago. You're right.
Right.
You came
So,
in. Yeah. I'm
so
sorry.
we don't need that name to stay in a place. We need Yahweh and Yahshua's name. We don't need JC's name. Then we ain't no different than Christians. Yeah.
That goes back to last week when they talking about in Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach, about the new moon. That's a stretch too. I mean, it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
You know, so that's a super stretch too.
I know everybody got their own doctrine.
Yeah.
So they feel like they're right and everybody else is wrong. Yeah, man.
So what they gonna do about Jeremiah 16 and 19?
Well, the Gentiles can go up to Yahweh and say, we have been having lies and vanities and things where there is no profit.
Good
No
point,
problem.
Zach.
Well, yeah, well, if they're all the same, then they won't have to come up to Yahweh.
The bad part about it,
It's called
Elder,
critical thinking.
the Gentiles know his name.
Yeah.
You can go to the Gentile and they'll tell you his name is Yahshua.
Uh-huh.
They know it.
Uh-huh.
But they wasn't, Yahweh didn't give them, give them that name, right?
Right.
But our people, like I say, we always said, white people, they worship Satan with knowledge. Negroes just don't know no better.
Right. Right.
That's basically
As
it.
long as they get the Holy Ghost, they don't care. Brother Eliyahu, now I don't know who these people are, these Hebrew people are,
Stop listening.
but we don't operate that like that, as you can see. He says, also you will be in trouble using JC, that is being rebellious. Everyone should use JC because it's known worldwide and we are in the land of the Gentiles. Well, we're not going to be here forever. According to the book, we're going back to our own land one day. So we're going to still use a Greek name? We're going to call him Mashiach when he sits up his throne? Hey, JC, what's up? No, you ain't gonna treat him. And he already gave you the true name.
Right.
And we can't use a pagan name like JC, but that's the most powerful name in the world. Yeah.
That's kind of like a slap in the face of the Messiah, because like if you know his name, why would you keep using the other name? That's wrong.
I was just finna
Like
say
that's
that.
wrong. It's like a slap in his face. Like how can you say you use the Hebrew and because the world want to use this wrong name that doesn't represent him, and he got a name. You don't about just changing your name. How you gonna
Yeah.
say it? It's just a slap in the face.
Well,
Say
now,
something completely
again,
different.
JC ain't been around but 400 years.
Right.
Right? What was his name before that? Jesus, right?
Right.
For that little jail. And then go back to his Hebrew name is Yahshua, or Yahashua. But nevertheless, he was king of the Jews.
Right.
Born king of the Jews, right? So why would the angel Gabriel tell Mary, I want you to name your child after a Greek name?
Don't make
Now,
sense.
these are Hebrew names. And the king of the Jews got to have a Hebrew name. I'm sorry. That don't make sense for the people that speak Hebrew in heaven. But tell Mary that name your child after a Greek name. Don't add up. Doesn't make sense. Don't even make common sense.
At all.
You know what it sounds like, Elder?
What?
That Jesus and God, Israel of God.
Well, yeah, they're bad for that. I think
Because-
IUIC do the same thing.
Look at it. It says, we would not say, we named our camp, it'd be Israel of Elohim, right?
Right.
It wouldn't be Israel of God.
Right.
Like say God is generic.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like it come from them.
Well, they got the same reasoning that Brother Eddie who said that these people have the same reason. Since JC is a common name of the Gentile, then we're going to use that name.
Well, that's what the brother told me when I met at the barber shop. We was talking, and he was the only one I could talk to. Many years, he had pretty much some of the same belief we had. But I started talking about Yahshua. He said, I know his name is Yahshua, but we don't speak Hebrew anymore. If you and I gonna talk, we're gonna deal with Jesus. We don't deal with Elohim, and we just deal with Jesus.
So
and,
you can call him any name in any other language except for Hebrew.
right.
They don't speak Greek either.
Right, so he said, he's speaking, he basically told me I'm speaking in tongues.
How did you run into these people, Steve?
Yahweh
You
sent me
always run into these kind of crazy people all the time, man. I never see these people.
Yahweh sent me to him. I sent him to be one.
And you come back with your little stories.
Yeah, I mean, when you out there in the street, man, but I don't have no fruit for it, but you out in the street, you run into a lot of people with a lot of different ideas and opinions.
I know, man,
TikTok,
but
hate
damn.
on TikTok.
It's only happening to you. I'll never hear that from a deep Yeshua. I'll never hear from Hillel, Zach,
But then,
Elder Barakai.
like,
Only you, Steve.
get back to you. But you remember when I took me and my sister went to the funeral of my cousin, right? That preacher was saying, he said, well, Jesus, so and so and so. Then he broke away and said, by the way, his name is Yahshua. Remember I told
yeah?
you? Yeah, right up there at let's say AMCE Church, American Baptist Christian Church, whatever. He said his name is Yahshua. He said that's his Hebrew name.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me you can't even speak in Hebrew name? I mean, you got Julio all over the place, right? That's Spanish, right? So why is it illegal to say Julio? Why don't you say what is Julio in English?
Julio.
Somebody just said that yesterday. On
You
the
talking about-
service.
You ain't talking about
I'm talking about the
Jesus.
Spanish-speaking people.
Yeah, but he don't say Jesus.
Well, I mean, they don't. They say Jose,
Jesus.
Jesus. They say Jesus,
Right,
right? And they say Jesus here.
right,
So how come are they on the Spanish people saying using Jesus instead of Jesus?
right.
Now, we don't speak Spanish, and Jesus ain't a Spanish name, but they still call him Jesus. You gonna crucify them too?
But you know, hey, Julio would see, like on my truck, I got Yahweh Salvation, Yahshua, right? They'll come up and say, you a preacher? I'm like, why would you ask me that I'm a preacher? Because of the name? He said, yeah, that's the true Messiah's name.
Wow.
Oh, you're what?
They said, that's the true Messiah's name.
They know that?
Julio, yeah, because they asked me, are you a preacher? I said, why you ask that? He said, because Messiah's name. I said, oh, you know the true Messiah's name? He said, yes.
Well, they know it too then, don't they?
Everybody knows.
except for Jake.
Can't tell us nothing.
That's us.
They know everything.
Yeah, brother Eliyahu, yeah, you run across some crazy people like that. I'm sorry that they're out there, but that's what's out there. Shalom, Elazar. Oh, that's Elder Elazar, Mother Kaya husband. Tell him we say shalom.
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom, brother.
Now, we all say shalom to him. We miss him.
See him.
Shalom, brother Mikael. Shalom, Kimberly Israel. Stay away from Wendy's too.
When it's bread, it's got pork in it. I know that. All that stuff unclean.
Shalom, brother Shaul in Israel. Hypothetically speaking, what would be the difference with the brother in your congregation who married the Hebrew woman and someone like Caleb? If a Gentile keeps the ways of Israel, is he not spiritual Israel? They would be part of that kingdom that Yahweh allows the Gentiles to be part of, because the rest of the nations are going to be destroyed. The slain of Yahweh is going to be from the one end of the heaven to the earth to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be a great purging, not the 2/3 purging, but a purging of the Gentiles that are still worshiping other gods other than Yahweh. Yeah, Caleb was not of the tribe of Judah, you're correct. But nevertheless, he got a piece of land in the land of Judah because he had the faith. And so we got Gentiles that would have that kind of faith. Yeah, they'll be part of the kingdom. As a matter of fact, in the book of Ezekiel, we haven't gotten that yet, but there'll be strangers that will be allowed to dwell among us.
Mm-hmm.
So we never know who that's going to be.
Those would be our servants, though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't the strangers dwell among us be our servants?
Yeah. Brother Mikhail said, I am seeing that the Catholic priests are saying that the little hats are false and that they are saying that the covenants are for them, Christians, through the teaching of Paul, quoting Romans 9.
Mm.
You see how there's so many different doctrines out there, bro. I see, Brother Mikhail, I hadn't heard that one yet, but then again, they go by the preaching of Paul, the teaching of Paul. But what about the Mashiach's teaching? I mean, he's the one died for your sin, not Paul. I keep telling you that over and over again.
Good point.
Who wants to know? Sound like that's the rapture doctrine that John Hagee preaches. Yeah, we're talking about white people going off to heaven in the rapture. He ain't the only one preaching that rapture doctrine. Shalom, Tankeray Night, Brother Tankeray Night. Shalom, who wants to know? That's right. You're right, sister. I used to congregate with IUIC Birmingham camp. Were they there when you were there, Zach? No, you ain't from Birmingham. That's right. I'm sorry.
I went to school down there, but nah, you wouldn't know. You ain't heard nothing about.
Okay. I don't think they were established by the time you got here.
IUIC came in, even after I came here.
Yeah.
I think they just came around.
Who wants to know? Shaul ben Israel, elder priest. AI is catching up. If you Google the name Jesus, it says God saves. That ain't what that name means.
Don't have a meaning.
That's something they made up themselves. Got to remember now, you didn't write the books in America. You didn't write the dictionary. You didn't set up the computer to interpret any kind of language. White folks did this. And so they set it up the way they want to set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we know they know Yahweh's name, but they never use it. They know Yahshua's name, but they never use it. Who wants to know? It says, y'all cracking me up. All right. Israel and God, they really messed up. I don't have anything other than that.
That's it.
Okay. Well, that's a good section. Good question. Good comments, y'all. Oh, here we go. Mickey Anderson. Elder, do you think the people who call JC name, but Yahweh has chosen them, despite that, knows that they will eventually call the right name, eventually seeing Yahweh, the searcher of the heart, and understand all languages and tongues, and will eventually call Yahshua's name. Well, let's look at that. Let's go to Isaiah 66. In Isaiah 66, look at what it says here. In Isaiah 66, I picked this up at verse 17, and look at what it leads into. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouth shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations together, all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, to Spain, to Pul and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and the Javan, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory. And they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. So you're going to have people that don't know Yahweh. That's going to be spared. And probably call on the pagan god, but nevertheless, they may have not known Yahweh's name, but they still showed love, not only for the children of Israel, but showed love according to the law. Right? Because we know Yahweh only gave his name to us. He didn't give it to the rest of the nation. So, for instance, when you go up into Romans chapter 2, look what Paul said about the Gentiles. In Romans chapter 2, in verse 14, it says, For when the Gentiles who have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these have not the law or a law unto themselves, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or excusing one another. And that day, in the day when Elohim shall judge the secrets of men by Yahshua HaMashiach, according to my gospel. So again, they're going to be judged by the law, but the law that's already written is the one that's in their heart anyway. They know how to show love, they know how to show compassion. And in verse 28, that same chapter, it says, For he is not a Jew which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he's a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men but of Elohim. But again, look at what it says here. In verse 25, For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law? So again, what we have is white people that got Yahweh's law in their hearts, in their conscience. They know how to show love, they know how to show mercy, they know how to show pity. Our father didn't know how to do that stuff. So if they're part of that mindset, then yeah, they got a place in the kingdom. That's what Paul was sent to them. But they miss all of that.
We got to have somebody to rule over, right?
Yeah. That Brother Mickey, that is what they're referring to. The Gentiles that have the law already in them, even though they weren't given the law, right? The law concerning the law between man and man. Thou shalt honor your father and thy mother, right? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not bear false witness. All those, you got to have that in you. Even though you're a Gentile, you got to have all that in you so you can be judged according to Yahweh's law.
What about the thoughts, like the evil thoughts that just fly over? Like, how do you even deal with that? Though you're not living in sin, you living righteously, but the thought still flies over out of nowhere.
Well, I talk about this all the time, don't I? So, your flesh. and your flesh is always weak. Let's let Peter answer you. Let's look at Peter. 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 3.
Yep.
Look at what Peter said about that. Very thing you talking about. 1 Peter chapter 3. It says in verse 21, the light figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward Elohim by the resurrection of Yahshua HaMashiach, who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of Elohim, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him. So when you get that baptism, you still flesh. I mean, you can think about Yahweh all day long, just floating around, right? Then all of a sudden, Satan get in there and say, look, think about this. And it's disappointing, but it's a good thing to be disappointed. Because now you have something to be disappointed about. Now you can see that your flesh keeps your mind off of Yahweh. It's because Yahweh is spirit, and you're flesh, and Satan is still the God of this world, right? So there you go. You have to bear that. And in some cases, you have to ask for forgiveness.
Literally.
Yes, yes. Because your thoughts are not hidden from Yahweh. Right? So bear with it, my dear. Because it's going to happen. It happens to all of us all the time.
Yep.
So you're not the only one. You're not the Lone Ranger. We all go through
You are
that.
the only one though, like, and it's just consistent, and it's like you trying to like pray it away, but then it come right back, and it's like, what
I know.
am I doing?
I know. Welcome to our world.
You know,
Being there crying.
she right, Elder. Sometimes you could be, I'm sitting there minding my own business, right? And something just passed by. You say, where in the hell that come from?
Yeah, I know. But again, Satan is still the prince of this earth. So he's down to what? Tempt you. He knows who you are. And so when he see you being at peace with Yahweh, he say, I'm going to mess this up today.
Boy.
No. I'm going to take that peace from you.
Yeah, start throwing
Well,
like,
keep in mind,
images of old stuff you used to do.
I know, but Yahweh allow him to do that to you, though.
Right.
So you got to wonder, why does Yahweh allow Satan to keep your mind off of him for a few minutes? Because you may be going in a path that he don't want you going in. Because you're thinking about Yahweh, true enough, there's nothing wrong with that. The Bible tells you that Yahweh come to your mind. But in our case, we're dwelling on Yahweh and we're at peace, and we're trying to be at peace with the flesh. You can't be at peace with the flesh. The flesh is always corrupt. That's why we die. Yeah. Sorry. It's part of who you are, dear. Let's see.
You know, I was thinking about that when it says, there is no other name that man shall be saved by, right? Why did he make that? Why is he making that a difference? If we knew that we raised up with JC, that we will not search out to see what the true Messiah name is, because even like you said in the book of Matthew, it gave us his name because Matthew was written in Hebrew, and it gave us the Messiah's name.
Right.
So why would we change it to the Greek name, which these jokers gave us? It doesn't make sense.
Well, you got to remember that he gave it into the hands of pagans.
Yeah.
And the Greeks were always a proud and arrogant people. As a matter of fact, during the Roman Empire, everybody spoke Greek. Right. So it stands to, it means what they did was when they translated the Bible. Got to remember the Septuagint was translated into Greek.
Yeah.
So you had that. So those same Greek translators translating this book into Greek, translating the Greek, actually speaking Greek. We're looking at Paul speaking many languages, and then you look at the Mashiach who spoke Aramaic to the people. And so when they translated it into English, but they took some liberties. The Catholic Church put in there to go baptize in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They put that there. And people nutted up, said, we're going to baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Not realizing that was not part of the original manuscript. The Catholic Church put that in there, and they admitted it too. Yeah. So, again, if you're going to be judged, you got to look at it this way. You got to look at the law that you're going to be judged by, right? So, if you transgress the law with your neighbor or whatever, that's a strike against you. But if you kept the law to your friend or your neighbor, your family, then that may be one of the ways you make it into the kingdom. Because Yahweh did not give his name to these people, nor did he give his law to these people. But he's still going to judge all flesh. Right. So look at America. America's going to be judged. Right. But at least Yahweh giving them a chance to get out of America before it's destroyed. Yeah. Right. We didn't get that chance. Let's see here. Let's see. A lot of stuff came up in here.
Yeah, he typing now.
Okay. Yeah. They.
Yeah, we're in 2 o'clock almost.
Huh?
Almost 2 o'clock.
Okay. Y'all can go if y'all want to.
I have one more question. The judgment, like, let's just say you got baptized, you was living righteously, but when you die, what are you getting judged? Because I hear you say that a lot, you're still going to be judged. What if you haven't done anything, you've been forgiven all your sins when you were living, but then you die, what are you being judged off of?
The judgment would be your resurrection.
Okay.
So you found worthy to overcome death. So in that first resurrection, that will be your judgment, that you overcame death, and that you in that first resurrection.
So the second one is when they just read, like, well, not they. Well, maybe, I don't know. Who does the judging and stuff?
Yeah,
like
we
that?
got a resurrection, right? 1,000 years later, we got a second resurrection.
Okay.
Right, that's how long the Mashiach's kingdom gonna last. 1,000 years later, a second resurrection. And so that second resurrection with those people that will face the great white throne of judgment, and everything that they've done in their life is going to be read before them. They're going to check the book of life to see if their name is in that book of life. If their name's not in the book of life, they're going into the lake of fire to be tormented and to be in pain forever. Now they're going to have new bodies too.
Right.
Right.
So
So because these bodies here burn to a crisp.
Yeah.
Right. So they gotta have those types of bodies that can last forever, so the pain can last forever.
I remember you saying something about the enemy getting a new body too.
The what now?
The enemy, Satan, he would have to have a new body.
Oh, yeah,
to,
Satan.
to get that torture, that same torture too.
Right. He gotta be changed into a man. Right? And all his angels gotta be changed into men, so that they can feel pain, because the spirit cannot feel pain. So that he will have to suffer. Satan got to suffer. And you know what? They already know it. They know that judgment is coming. Yeah. Well, they're angels. They're demons, actually. Brother Mickey, as long as they keep the law, because like I said, the book didn't give them Yahweh's name. But if they keep the law, Yahweh may have mercy upon them. Let's see, Shalom, Kevin Green, Brother Kemuel, who wants to know, Shalom, Elder. Thank you for your wisdom. Bless you and your family and ministry. Praise Yah. Shalom, Cross. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Those IURC dues hadn't been in the city long, maybe 5 years or so. Most of them dues are higher tax bracket type dues. No one works at Walmart, lower paying job. It's been said that you have to present your tax records before being accepted. They really look like some fraternity-looking type ninjas, like alphas and kappas, pretty boys, and they all seem to worship Nathaniel. Y'all been to college, ain't you, Deep?
Yes.
Are you a kappa?
No, I'm not.
How about you, Zach?
I used to be.
He was quiet. Zach didn't say nothing. He was quiet.
You know, he kept his head down. I did not know that, Brother Benaiah. They asked for income verification.
I know that.
It sounds like Creflo. Sound like Creflo.
Creflo do that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, a lot
He
of
got
guys
it-
coming
it-
out of prison are going towards IUIC, the Hebrews, they go in that direction because of the numbers and, you know what I mean? A lot of them going in that direction.
I know one of they have so much. I mean, they all over the world, right?
Yeah.
They must have somebody backing them
And
up.
they're growing, they're growing, they're growing.
Yeah.
The numbers are just
I would think, you know what? I would think our brother involved with them. Long as they
Esau?
teaching, yes, long as they teaching something to us.
Yeah.
Esau's behind that mess.
Yeah, I can
When
imagine.
it comes to finances, it's gotta be him.
There's somebody backing them.
Yeah.
spreading. They're growing.
Let's see here.
Read that, they had a question before Ben,
Before Benaiah.
yeah, cross
Uh,
144.
yeah, Cross.
Yeah.
Shalom. Who are the Somali? They're Ham, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they from the seed of Ham, like the Ethiopians and the Eritreans. Those are of the seed of Ham. They're African, but they are the seed of Ham.
They're Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, praise y'all, Brother Mickey. Ella, I want to come and visit so bad, but I'm afraid to drive down for fear of getting into an accident. I've heard that Atlanta drivers, when I drive, I don't drive far.
You must have heard of me then.
Yeah, I know what you mean, brother. Who wants to know? Yeah, I've heard. I even heard a commercial of people, truck drivers, asking, "Who's the worst drivers in America?" They say Atlanta.
Insurance is high in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, all insurance is high.
Because everybody bring their own driver.
I understand who wants to know, man, but Yahweh willing, you get here. Shalom, brother, but not, in short, none of them seem to be struggling like the everyday people. But men of certain financial status clubs. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that much about it. They're big time. I meant to say that I heard about how people drive in Atlanta. Yeah, you're right. We got one of them sitting at the table now.
Yeah, bro.
A Catholic man told me the name of Yahweh is sacred. That's right, because that y'all can't even pronounce his name when you sing your songs. This last pope told y'all could not use that name. He wants to know, yes, there are a lot of distractions, especially when it comes to lust and material things and money to keep us from growing spiritually. See, it's the late comer, Benaiah, Hoshea, always typing Lee. These three little girls have me ripping and running. Last comment, elder priest. Have y'all also heard that those IUIC dudes are low-key Masons? Have y'all heard that? That they're Freemasons? I hadn't heard that.
Well, they more
I
religious.
don't really know that much about those people. Who wants to know? It says I was congregating with IUIC. They never asked me for tax records, but they do copy your driver's license.
Wow.
What the hell?
Wow. Same thing.
Well, are we missing out on something here?
They're a secret organization.
I mean,
Guess you gotta have good credit to get in with them.
maybe I get me a plane this time. I gotta see how much y'all make it. All right, I'm not gonna give you a 5-second countdown because it's almost 2 o'clock. I think you should be done. I think I got all your questions, but I appreciate y'all checking in. Check with us on in our history class on the third day, which is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Again, but I said bam. So again, thank y'all for joining us. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Facebook, YouTube. Let's see here. Who wants to know? Got something? Bishop Nathan used to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we knew about that. I think he was working undercover at one time, wasn't he? Somebody said he was actually undercover narc with IURC. Oh, they still coming. Y'all won't let me go. He asked me what I was, and I said Hebrew. Now he's staying far away from me. That's cross 144. Yeah, that happens to us too. Welcome to our world. So actually, when you look at some of the actions of some of these other camps out here, they don't act in a way where people would want to know more about them. When you cussing people out on the corner of the street, calling them all a bunch of names, yeah, they designate you as a domestic terrorist. So yeah, I can understand why people don't want to come around us, because we've been again, we got the video of those brothers cussing people out on the sidewalk, calling the women hoes, calling white people Esau. So how you gonna have people attracted to you if you're calling them about their names?
But it attracts the young.
So they'll stay away from it, huh?
They attract the young crowd with that though. They got a lot of young men.
Yeah.
Attract them in there like that.
Yeah, they don't have any elders among them apparently to tell them there's another side to that balance. So you don't have to cuss out everybody that you see that ain't you. But then you got them brothers that won't speak to us because we don't wear fringes. Do they speak to you?
They speak to me.
Huh?
They speak to me.
They'll never speak to me.
Don't speak to me.
I'll tell you what, watch one day, you and I go out, pass an outlet, right? They're going to speak to you, but they're gonna see me here, but they ain't going to speak to me, though. And you see what that's all about, right? Appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elder, me and my wife was standing in the yard with my brother, right? And my brother, he had his fringes on, and the brother was walking down the street. He came over in the yard, and he said, "Shalom, bro," to my brother, right? And me and my wife was like, so he turned around walking off. I was like, "Yo, bro, he ain't the only Hebrew out here." He's like, oh, don't worry about it, bro. We understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a red badge of courage, man.
Disrespecting you in your own property.
Yeah. Well, again, when all your money's on one part of the law, you're not going to recognize the rest of the law. So you end up offending somebody just because they're not dressed like you dress. Yeah. Let's see. Jeanette Drawn, thanks. Do you know we do not use that name there? You got that from the Cephas Bible, and the Cephas Bible ain't but what 14 years old. So you come up with a brand new name, as if we're supposed to grab hold to it. No, his name is Yahweh, right? Not what you call it. Appreciate you checking us out, but again, his name is Yahweh. Who wants to know? Shalom, everyone. I enjoyed the class. Praise God. I guess we can close it out now.
They're going to keep talking.
Let's see. All right. Facebook, YouTube, thank you all for joining us. We're going to, again, join us for our history class next third day, which is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Yahweh bless you and keep you. Shalom.